Hey guys, Thogden Reacts here. Now this
Wait,
Yes.
Thogden Reacts?
I know.
What about Thogdad?
Whoever's available. This is a new show where every day we're going to sit down and talk about football news for 10 minutes. We're going to talk about some massive things because Sunday had some huge derbies around Europe. We're not just talking about the Premier League, are we? We're going to Netherlands. We're going to Spain. We're going to Germany. It's all to listen for. Subscribe to this new channel. Are you ready, Thogdad?
I'm ready. There's only one thing we can talk about first, isn't there, Theo?
Mitrovic. Get onto it.
First of all, I've got to say, Chris Kavanagh, the referee, he got the decision right. It was a penalty. It was a sending off. What an absolute disgrace Mitrovic was in so many ways. He let down his teammates. He let down the fans. He let down football, Theo. And I tell you what I feel sorry for, is the 16-year-old would-be referee who's going out to referee their first games all over the parks of England and getting abused verbally and physically. The likes of Mitrovic, Theo, they go out into that pitch and people idolise them. These are the heroes.
He sets an example. And the fact that's on live TV means there will be teenage referees that want to do their job get bullied at a Sunday League level because of it.
I've heard some of the excuses. I've heard that, well, in the first half, Kavanagh might have given a couple of penalties. I don't care, Theo. Referees in this country, they might get the occasional thing wrong, but they're honest. No, they're honest, Theo. And there is absolutely no excuse for what he did.
There's no excuse for what he did. Is he full at fault for what he did?
100%, Theo. And not only that, 3-game ban for violent conduct is already there. What the FA have got to do is say, this is truly exceptional. That is the definition. He needs to get a ban of, I'd say, 6 to 8 games.
So you don't think you put any blame on Marco Silva, who was aggressively going over to the fourth official and the referee when he was looking at VAR to see whether the decision, because the players obviously saw Marco Silva get a red card.
Yes.
And they saw the way Marco Silva reacted to the whole decision. He thought it was an absolute disgrace it even went to VAR after Mitrovic had a chance, an opportunity that could have gone to a penalty and nothing was checked. Marco Silva clearly said something along the lines to the referee like he's got this wrong and he didn't give anything towards Fulham, which you can disagree or agree. Tell us in the comments down below. Mitrovic is 95% to blame, but 5% goes to Marco Silva because you set an example as a manager as well.
Yes,
and your players follow the coach. And if your coach gets angry, what does Mitrovic do? We know what he's like. He's going to get aggressive too. So if the manager didn't do that, neither would have Mitrovic. So I think 5% goes to the coach. Do you understand where I'm coming in?
I understand what you're saying, Theo. And Marco Silva has got a problem with his temper. We've seen that before, Theo. And he set a very bad example. So what can Marco Silva say to Mitrovic after the game? He can hardly say, well, mate, you've done something
I actually
wrong.
think Marco Silva had a really bad interview and came across wrong in the... He said he didn't apologise for any of his actions. He didn't say sorry for Mitrovic's. He just said, oh, we're having a great season. We were on top. We were on top. Forget that you were on top. It doesn't matter.
The minute you step over the line, and Mitrovic stepped over it really badly.
He did, yeah.
Now, back in the late 90s, Paolo Di Canio pushed over Paul Alcock, the referee. He got an 11-game ban. Now, some people are saying, oh, well, you know, this one, Mitrovic was nothing like it. Well, I tell you what, they were.
Well, Di Canio, yeah.
I would say they're comparable.
What Di Canio did is way worse. He pushed over a referee. He fell over.
Other people have tried to compare it with the Bruno Fernandes one. Now, we were there at Anfield that day.
We were.
And that was nothing.
That actually happened in our corner as well, right in front of us.
And it did. And the linesman actually put his hand on Bruno first. And that was an absolutely nothing from Bruno. They are not comparable. Mitrovic deserves what he's going to get. And
how many
games? 8 games. 6 to 8 games.
Do you think if it's given, it's the right decision?
If it's 11 games, the same as Di Canio, he's got no excuse. I think it'll be 6 to 8.
I disagree. I think it should be 3 or 4 Premier League champions. Who's it going to be? Manchester City or Arsenal? We've got an international break now to sit down and talk about this. Where do you stand at this current moment in time?
Until a week ago, Theo, I was saying that Man City would win it. And the reason, and I've been saying this all season, the reason being that Man City have got more depth on their bench. And I thought at some point Arsenal would keep drawing. But I changed my mind as of yesterday. When I went to, I've seen the last 2 Arsenal games, and all I can say, is that Arsenal Football Club have been superb.
Where's the Arsenal Thogdad fan TV channel? You've been to the last 2 Arsenal home games.
I was worried about the Arsenal bench. Saliba was superb last week against Fulham. He got injured, didn't he, midweek? Rob Holding came in and played like he played every single game. Now I don't worry about the bench.
The additions they made in midfield and forwards, Trossard.
Oh my God, Trossard.
And Jorginho have walked into this team and are shining. Talk to me about Trossard after watching him for 90 minutes.
I think it's 4 assists now in a week, isn't it, Theo? It's absolutely incredible. He had so much. What a bargain that was.
And everyone was worried when they didn't get Mudryk for crazy money. And they've come in and got Trossard for, what, 30 mil?
Zinchenko has fitted in superbly.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey against Fulham was immense. Xhaka was incredible.
The only worry for Arsenal now is Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea and Newcastle, these are clubs that are all fixtures until the end of the season. So what said they'll go there and not drop points?
The key game is when Arsenal play Man City.
Yeah.
And if Man City win that, then suddenly the gap might no longer be 8, it might be 2. I think the run-ins are very similar.
Massive bonus, though, that they don't have European football, and City have got their eyes on Bayern. And that makes a difference to me.
But the confidence with which Arsenal are playing, I've not even mentioned Martinelli and Saka. Emil Smith-Rowe's on the bench there.
Let's not forget City have history of having perfect form until the end of the season. I'm just saying that City, if they stick to what they've done in previous years, they still stand a very good chance at the title. Dad, name me your 3 teams that are going down.
9 teams in this relegation battle between 23 and 27 points. Mathematically, that is absolutely incredible. So I'm going to go through from 12th place. I want you to give your comment.
And I want your comment in the comment section down below. Which teams are going down? Let's go for the first one.
12th, Crystal Palace, Theo.
I'm worried for them.
Wolverhampton Wanderers, 27 points. Who was smashed by Leeds United.
But Lopetegui has picked up a lot of points since coming in. He's changed around that club. I do not think they'll get relegated.
14th place, Leeds United. Now, interestingly, Theo, 7 points from the last 5 games, so the best performing of the bottom 9.
I can't believe that Javi Gracia, with all of his injuries, Tyler Adams was out, and then he goes and scores 4 goals away at Wolves, the team that seemed to be alright defensively on their day. They got smashed.
15th place is Everton. It's the Sean Dyche effect.
Hard game as well.
Point at
Everyone's
Stamford
defending
Bridge.
Everton because it's Sean Dyche, and Everton, they'll do the job. But my God. Great point at the Bridge, and they've proven they can do it on their day. They relied on Ellis Sims. Tell me another manager that brings in Ellis Sims and makes him score goals. No one. Dyche is different gravy. I think they'll find a way of staying up.
16th place, Nottingham Forest, Theo.
2
points in the last 5 games. Late defeat to Newcastle. They've got the 2nd worst goal difference in the whole league.
I think Forest are getting relegated, and it goes down to their away form. The fans travel all around the country paying their good money on the weekend, Saturday, 3 p.m, whatever, and they turn up to the ground in the away end, and they lose week after week. They need to see more from the players.
17th place is Leicester, Theo. Now, they've got more goals than the rest of the bottom 8 or 9 teams.
Yes.
But recently, their form, I think it's the joint worst in the league at the
Difficult
moment.
with Leicester. I think they've got a really good run in. I think they'll pick up enough points under Brendan Rodgers. They'll comfortably stay up by the end of it. Right now, it looks a bit iffy, but I'm confident.
West Ham in 18th place. Don't forget, Leicester won this title 7 years ago. West Ham are in Europe. Now, admittedly, 2 games in hand.
And they're favourites for Conference League, so that's another added fixture. Imagine they win a European trophy and get relegated. How does that work? European football could be the reason they go down.
Bournemouth are in 19th. Now, they beat Liverpool the other day, but they've got the worst defensive record in the whole league. What do you reckon?
I like Gary O'Neill. I think they've got a great team with Billing and Solanke and Marcus Tavernier, who's been creating so much. Lots of other players who are very underrated. Personally think they're going to survive, like on the last day. What about you?
No, I disagree, Theo. They got destroyed by Villa at the weekend. It's one thing to beat Liverpool, Theo. It's almost like a cup final effect. If you go down, it doesn't matter that you beat Liverpool.
Southampton is a hard place to go right now. They're picking up points. We saw that against Tottenham. What a draw that was.
Yeah, but you say that, but they lose 2/3 of their games.
It's crazy.
Now, the thing about that Tottenham game, great comeback. And look at the goal scorers. Che Adams, Theo Walcott, James Ward-Prowse. How can you be rock bottom when you've got players of that quality?
I think the Saints are gone. Comment down below the 3 teams who you think will fall away. What a story at El Clasico, Nou Camp. Barcelona win it in the 92nd minute. Did you watch this game or did you see the highlights?
I saw the highlights there. Frank Kessie got the goal really late, didn't he? 92nd minute.
I was at a great German 2nd Division derby, you know, I'm all hipster now. But I would have loved to have been at the Nou Camp, and it's unfortunate I wasn't because it looked limbs. It feels like the atmosphere is climbing back into that stadium. Look at the La Liga table. It's done. Barcelona, give them the trophy tomorrow. Madridsters are just going to focus on Europa again. Once again, the Champions League is theirs, and that's what they're going to do.
Barcelona are 12 points ahead in the league. If they'd lost that game, it would be a 6-point gap. It's a so-called 6-pointer.
We saw the old Rafinha. We saw the Leeds Rafinha that day. I want to see more of that because Barcelona, it's been a tough time with him. His stats haven't been as good. Now he's becoming more of a regular, and he has that ruthlessness to cut in and just bang it with pace on the go.
You watch a lot of European football, so I've got an unusual question for you. I want you to imagine that Barcelona were in the Premier League. How would they do?
That's a horrible question.
How would they do against the likes of the Brightons, the Brentfords, the Fulham? Where would they finish in the Premier League?
I think they would struggle. Going to Brighton, going to Fulham, these are going to be difficult games for them too. And it's mad when you compare the budgets. And everyone gasses up the Premier League, says they overspend, but Barcelona and Real Madrid, they carry that league. Their budgets are crazy because it all goes to the top 2 clubs. Let's go over to Germany. I was just in Germany. Leverkusen 2, Bayern Munich 1. Unbelievable scenes. Palacios, double penalty. Leverkusen pushing for European spots, but more importantly, the title race is on.
Borussia Dortmund 6, Cologne 1.
On Friday night.
And this is one that amazes me because Borussia Dortmund are top of the league. This is a real ding-dong-do because the next game, of course, is
Bayern against Dortmund. And whoever wins that wins the league. There's 1 point in it. Dortmund are ahead right now. Can't believe that, by the way. Pressure is on the boys in Bavaria because if they bottle that game, I can't see it going any other way than black and yellow. The Bundesliga has always gone to Bayern Munich 10 years in a row. We need a new fresh story. My German team is Dortmund. I think people realize that. I love that club and I love everything that they stand for. The fans are the complete front of the club. They are everything. They're 50+1 as we know, but also the yellow wall, the atmosphere, it means the most to them. I want to see them win the league because I know how much it means to them fans.
Yes.
Oh my God, the atmosphere will be insane if they get anywhere close to it.
Our main man, Jude Bellingham, is brilliant. But the rest of the squad, are they really that good?
I think Dortmund are a great side and they're building and they've got potential. You've got Kobel in goal, who's up and coming. It's got experience and youth and everything. And you've got likes of Bino Gittins who can come off the bench and cause some madness. They need a bit of luck against Bayern. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. We're going to try and do this daily. There's loads of stories today because Sunday was yesterday and all the big games were on. Big up to Feyenoord because I also think they won out of Eredivisie. Any mention to Feyenoord?
Oh, Feyenoord, what an amazing club there. They're playing Ajax soon in the cup, aren't they?
They are, but the league is done. The league is done.
Yes.
So Ajax, good luck in the cup because you'll need it to win something. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and see you tomorrow with another football topic.